Afternoon traders. Hopefully everyone is having a good day today. Markets a little mixed today. We had the S&P down and the Nasdaq and the Dow both up. Now before we get into the show, I do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. And if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, please go ahead and subscribe. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information for my technical analysis. Okay, guys? All right, with that said, let's go into the SPY, the spider. We do highlight that every day, and then we go into the three stocks that look extremely promising going into tomorrow. All right, SPY up on the board. As you can see, we did hit a 52-week high today in the SPY. We did retrace a little bit. We closed kind of flat on the day, a little down actually, a little up from the open. That's why it's a little green candle, but we actually closed down a little bit. So what now, guys? Well, we are in this no man's land where we're right near this upper Bollinger Band. We almost tried hitting that today, but and then it kind of paired off. And I'm glad that happened. I want to see this 10 SMA kind of move up a little bit. So I wouldn't mind a little bit of a chop, what I'd like to call it. A few days of just trading in a really tight range while the 10 SMA starts to continue going up higher. Remember, this goes up as time goes out, guys. So again, we could see one of two things. We can see a major sell-off where it goes all the way down to that 10 SMA right down here, which happens to be at 362.17, or we can shop around and continue going higher once that price meets that 10 SMA. Either way, guys, one thing's for sure, we are either going to make one move or the other. So don't be too afraid if we see a violent move down. You should see buyers stepping in and showing the market a little bit of support at that 10 SMA. All right, guys, with that said, let's go into three stocks. We're going to keep it quick today. Three stocks that look extremely promising going into tomorrow. One stock is STNG. Of course, this is one that we've played in the past. I do own a position. Again, when I see a market rally and certain stocks do not contribute to that rally, it's a little disconcerting, but we did have a nice move yesterday. We did take out yesterday's high yesterday, and then we just started pulling back the remainder of the day, guys. So, this is probably a little bit of a retracement going into from that big move we had yesterday. Again, don't be too concerned. Again, look at this, guys. Once we made this bottom, I'd like to say, and we broke above that 10 SMA, which is that blue line, we came up. Now we're dipping below that 10 SMA, okay, guys? But the one thing that we haven't dipped below is that midpoint Bollinger Band since that big move. Again, I do suspect that'll be some support right down there, and that happens to be at $11.12. So tomorrow, if you're not in this name and you're thinking to add a little bit, guys, you have to be a buyer. We should see some support at $11.12. Now, the reason why I do believe we are going to get down there is because we closed near the lows of the days. We were right there, about 7 cents off. So unless we see a gap and go tomorrow in this name, there's a high probability if the market sells off just a little bit that we will take that low of the day and should continue a little bit lower. Now, again, so where would that first initial buy be? Right down here at 11.12, or that midpoint Bollinger Band. What's the next level of support? Again, the next level of support is going to be that 50-day moving average, guys. But I do want to show you on another chart right here, which happened to be one and the same. It's this 9 SMA on the weekly. They both happen to be 1075 and 1078. So guys, again, if that $11.12 gets breached tomorrow, watch for a lot of support going down there at that 1078, 1080 range. Hopefully it doesn't get that low. Hopefully we do gap and go tomorrow. But you never know. Okay, guys, that is STNG. All right, next stock that looks really good on my list. This is one that we've played in the past. And I'm not in it currently. VUZI. Here's one that does look like it's poised to move higher. Look, guys, right here, that at 9 SMA on the weekly, we're breaking above that 9 SMA on the weekly. That's a really good sign. The 9 SMA is at 420. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. And then I want to show you we are breaking above this value area high in the last 20 trading days. Another great sign here. And then we have the 513 EMA chart right here where the 5 EMA is above the 13 EMA. Another good sign. Now let's bring this up on that 10, 50, and 200-day moving average. If you take a look, guys, look what's going on here. Another move, another couple of days above this virgin point of control or above this 10 SMA. this 10 SMA will be crossing that 50-day moving average right here, guys, which means what? Now we have that 10 above the 50 and the 50 above the 200. Remember what I said. Every good-looking bullish chart has those three things going for it, where you have the 10 above the 50 and the 50 above the 200. So again, this is probably a great risk reward setup. Guys, be a buyer above today's high, okay? And then where do you want to, where's our stop, right? Well, our stop, guys, is going to be right down here at $4.12. We're going to keep this a really tight stop. Our entry is above today's high, which would be 436, and then a stop below 412, and that's it. Easy as that. All right, guys, that is VUZI. Be a buyer above today's high. All right, what's the next stock on the list? Next stock on the list is going to be TLRY. TLRY. Now, again, guys, TLRY, there's a lot of things going on in this space. There's a big Congress vote tomorrow. So, this is going to be very volatile, guys. If they vote yes, this may run up 2 or 3 points, in the upcoming weeks, or maybe even the upcoming days. So again, if you gotta remember, and you gotta know what's going on in these names. I'm in it from a lot lower. I'm playing it. I got a nice cushion. So again, irrespective of the vote, guys, I really do think what's going on in Europe with Germany, obviously having medical cannabis legal, and then France coming online here in the next month. I don't even think this is a U.S. story. I think that's all gravy. I think that's great, but I do think they're getting their house together fundamentally, and I think this stock is going to be anything under $10, in my opinion, is a bargain. But guys, remember, those are the fundamentals. Let's talk technicals, okay? So what's going on here technically? All right, guys. So obviously we're above this 10 SMA, which is that blue line, looking really, really good. Again, I don't like the way this chart is setting up here, right? We have the 10 above the 200 and the 200 above the 50. Guys, that's not a good looking chart. That's not a bullish chart at all, okay? What we're looking for here is a big move where all of a sudden the charts starts looking really, really good. So any move above this value area high of 1042, guys, that's going to be a great sign. But remember, guys, we also have to play the technicals in this instance, where this is the first time in about 3 weeks that we've closed this high, okay? So that's a great sign. Okay, so now, going forward, what do we see? Well, let's take out the high tomorrow and then use this midpoint Bollinger Band and that 10 SMA of 793 as your out. I know that seems like a big spread, guys, but it's a really high beta name. This can really move quickly. So again, be a buyer on any dips, and then that's where our line in the sand is. Let's call it $8, okay, guys? $8 is the line in the sand. So it's about $1 from where we're at. I know it's a big spread, so you have to cost average in. So maybe buy what you're buy only in quarters. Okay, don't go all out and buy all of a sudden. Buy on pullbacks as you can, and then have a full position after four buys. Okay, that is TLRY. I do want to bring this on another chart real quickly before I go. Take a look at this 5 EMA chart, the 513 EMA. This is looking good, right? The 5 is above the 13, which is a good sign. And then if we take a look at this right here, the 9 SMA on the weekly, we're way above this 9 SMA on the weekly. Another good sign right there. And then lastly, guys, on TLRY, we're breaking above this value area high right here in the last 20 trading days. So I guess any move above 917, 920 with some decent volume tomorrow, guys, I really do think this is going to continue going higher. Unless, of course, the vote comes in and it's, they shoot down that bill. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. My name is Eric, and you can reach me just by leaving a comment down below, or by sending me an email at eric@valueareatrader.com. All right, everyone. Again, if you're not a subscriber and you do happen to be watching the show and you like what you hear, and if you don't like what you hear, send me a comment. I don't mind. So again, my name is Eric. Have a great night, and remember, trade smart and be safe.